Okay then. 15 minutes later. Finally online, 15 minutes late, but whatever. It's okay. Streamlabs is being a pain. What can you do? What can you do? Yeah. I'm really washed out again. I don't get it. What is going on? Oh my god, I should not be streaming today apparently. Okay. Let's see. Let's figure out something here. Need to warm up molds. Ugh. Yeah. It's just some days. Some days you just think maybe I should not stream. Maybe I should not do what I'm about to do. I think this is one of those days. Okay. Mold is getting some use. Definitely getting some use. Okay. Let's put this mold in front of the heater. Let's get warmed up. Come on, mold. Just hold still. Okay, let's see. Task 9. Let's get this warmed up. Hey, Super Cow. Ugh, how are things? Got enough headaches? Jay-Z Bacon. Hey, I'm doing okay. I get the feeling I should not be streaming right now, but you know, tech issues and whatnot. But here I am. Fought through it. How are you doing, Cheesy Bacon? Cheese Bacon. Yeah, so I think I'm going to try and make these rocker arms again because I keep getting bubbles, large bubbles, and I can't figure it out. I got, like, my very first run was perfect, and now, like, every single batch that comes out has large bubbles like that. Only in one arm, like, so I have them sitting in the mold like so, and the right side always comes out perfect. Left side always has these two bubbles. so I've been kind of working throughout the day trying to narrow it down. I think I have it down. First world problems. Right. Doing okay. Good evening, Stray Robotics and Cheesy. Hey, welcome in, Project 454. I saw you had followed recently. It's pretty awesome of you. Here I am. Let's see, should I get, should see if I can get Chet Rover going, right? Let's see. Come on, turn on, there we go. Okay, let's see, let's, I know Tuesday some of you folks were trying to drive. Turns out the battery was dead that was controlling the Rover. Alright, there it is. Okay, it's talking. It is live. Let's do something like this over here. I really need to attach my camera a little better. Alright. Let's see. Followed after you rated either Noise or 29. Your stream interests me as I am a Robocaster from the Let Robots days. Oh wow. That's cool. very nice. I do a little bit more like resin casting and stuff mostly. I don't do a whole lot of actual robotics because I've been in the process of making robots. So like I've been mass producing these little rovers. This one's kind of a Mars themed dirty rover. But as you can see from the video down here, this is what I've been in the process of mass producing. So there hasn't been a whole lot of like programming and stuff, and I think people have been kind of starting to ask for that. I do have this guy though. You can drive it. You can drive it hopefully for a while. I see that it only has 7.4 volts in it, so hopefully that'll last the stream. But yeah, so you put in the example. There's in line 2 there on the right. So you need a number after the F. So like you give it like a, you know, how many seconds you want it to go forward for. There you go. Whee! So yeah, so then you do the same, you know, left, right, so it'd just be an R or an L, and then the amount of time you want it to drive for. Thanks, yeah, it's still kind of a work in progress. The one that's in front of the camera right now is my radio controlled version. I've been meaning to get it also controlled by Chet. But you know, I just haven't really made it a priority yet, so but yeah, I'll get there. I'm not sure if it's case sensitive on that second R. I forget. But yeah, if it didn't move, it's probably because it's probably looking for a lowercase r. Yeah. There you go. It's a little finicky. It likes a very particular set of commands. And what you're casting are those arms for the wheels? Yes. Yep, these are the rocker arms. I just made. I guess you can't see them with my black shirt, but these are the rocker arms that the wheels mount to. And yeah, I just made a new mold because my previous one was just really bad, poorly designed, and then I made it poorly, and so it was taking me like 5 hours to make these rocker arms because I had to do so much Dremel work to them after they came out of the mold. So so I made a new mold, and I'm still kind of struggling with the mold, but it's looking really good though so far. Like let's see, if you don't mind, I'll switch cameras. So like so these motors usually just drop right in, or I mean not drop it, but they take a little bit of push, but they go in. And the previous ones were so bad on the back side here, I had to do so much Dremel work to get them to go in, and then they just looked terrible. So yeah, it's a little bit of a pain. But yeah, these little sprues here, I can just clip these off. Unlike my last ones. My last ones, I have some over here. So this is what the previous ones looked like. They had the giant sprues here that I'd have to trim off, and then do a lot of sanding. You know, I'd have to clean up all that stuff that was left behind, and then these motor holes were not big enough to actually get the motor in, so I'd have to open that up, and I'd end up making it look terrible. And then I'd have to sand all of the rough sides and rough edges and stuff. Like, it was just so time consuming. Now these new ones are freaking amazing. I can just shove a motor in and boom, I'm done. Like, there's hardly any cleanup to them. I just have to clip those sprues off and then it's done. So super excited. Let's Is that an FPV cam for the road? Yes, it is. Nice and snug. Yeah, it's FPV camera. I don't think I have a hotkey for that one. There we go. But yeah, I just recently got that camera. Previous one was like, it just had too narrow of a view and you really couldn't see anything. This one's pretty good. Previously, I had a camera looking into the Mars yard, and you'd just drive it, you know, kind of remotely that way. I wanted to try like a more FPV sort of way and see what it does. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like maybe people don't really realize that they can drive this from this view. You know, especially when I'm just kind of like hanging out talking and you have this picture down here. All they see, it's like a picture, and it usually takes somebody who's been in chat for a while to start driving it, and then newcomers are like, oh my god, I can drive that. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. I'm kind of a fan, and you know, the flickering, like there's that little flicker, it kind of gives it kind of that, like like it's sitting on Mars sort of thing. And then like I can drive it using a remote control here. Oh, and I love the I love the shadow. So like you can see the shadow of the camera and the antenna. And have a bot drop a random command every so often. Oh, hey, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, there's some stuff I've been kind of thinking about doing. Been working with LiDAR. If you're familiar with LiDAR, he's usually in a lot of tech chats and stuff. So he programmed this, and he programmed it in a way where we can have multiple rovers. That's why you have the R1. So eventually, when I get the second rover going, you'll have R2, and then you'll have 2 rovers driving around. And the plan is after that to try and figure out how to do battle bots. So I don't know. It's still work in progress. I just, you know, it's just kind of one of those sort of back burner ideas right now, because like this works right now. So it's, I don't even think about it anymore. The hard part is that Chet falls asleep every so. Yes, it does. I don't know why. Lidar. Yeah. Lidar. Might need to make some overlays in OBS and put a label on the bot. Drive this rover or something. Hey, an overlay. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I could probably use quite a few overlays. That'd be nice. Oh man, these are still cold. Let's see. Let's grab this mold. This mold's still a little bit cold. It's usually about 66 Fahrenheit in this room. So, I think that's kind of been some of my problem. Like, a lot of my casts don't want to cure very quickly. It usually takes them, like right now it's been taking about 3 or 4 hours for them to actually get solid enough for me to take them out of the mold. Normally, it should only be an hour. Making rocket launchers that small each other. Hey, what's up, biking? Yeah, I really want to do like mech style battle bots. I don't know if I'll ever get to it, but that's my goal. My goal in life is to make mech warriors, little mini radio controlled mech warriors. So when it's small, people knew they could drive it. Yes, okay. So like here I'd have some kind of overlay that says, hey, you can drive this. Or maybe some little thing off to the side here. Yeah. Not a bad idea. Oh, I see this one shrunk. I was having some issues today. As soon as I hit go live, Streamlabs was like, wait, I don't know you. And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm here. It's like, you need to sign in. What are you talking about? Why do I need to sign in? Yeah. So, all that good stuff. Had to go through a few hoops. Yeah, a few hoops today to get going. Which is just weird. Like, suddenly, like it's not the first thing that suddenly asked for my password, my username and password. Everything else kind of just like, I just open up Chrome and I just naturally log into things. I don't even have to worry about it anymore. But like lately, different things have been like asking for my password again. It's really annoying. Chat points called random rover movement for like 5 movie points. Oh! Redeemed R1. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I was really kind of hoping that that redemption there that you just redeemed would actually make it drive, but it didn't, and I forgot to take it down. So, so I'm sorry you just wasted one of your channel points. I'm sure you'll gain it back shortly. To go with the Mars theme, you could have an arm that can pick up rocks or something. Oh man, I know. It's really something I want to do. Like have some kind of arm on the rover, and then I've also been kind of kicking around like an Ingenuity helicopter. I swear I had something down here, but it's like one of those, you know, those goofy little like you see like Iron Man, like they're little toys with like 2 propellers on the top, and all you do is you turn them on and they go up, and then they come back down, and I'm thinking they must have a light sensor or something. They sense a table and then they go back up again. I was thinking about just turning one of those into a little Ingenuity helicopter and have it down in there, and then maybe like rig it in some way where like you redeem a point or something like that and it shoots off and it comes back down. Cat controlled. Yeah, I somebody friended me on Instagram, and they made, they're currently like selling little quadcopters that are using the 8266 Arduino board, Wi-Fi enabled Arduino board, which is what I use to control the rover. So I was thinking, hey, that would be pretty sweet. You could actually have a chat controlled drone, or not drone, but quadcopter. If I could get it to just be stable though. I can't get those little guys stable enough. They always wander all over the place at the slightest breeze. So I don't know. It would be really sweet though. I can refund the point if you want. That's right, I forgot Super Cow has the power. I don't even know how to do that. I've never looked into how to redeem channel points, and I feel like I probably should, just in case Super Cow's not here. Oops. You're not seeing what I'm seeing. There we go. So, here's my mold. I guess you probably missed me put it together. So this is my mold. It's a nice 2-parter, and so yeah, I just kind of stick those 2 together. I sprayed in some mold release so parts will come out a little easier. I wonder if maybe that's part of the curing problem I'm having, is maybe I have too much mold release sprayed in there right now. Maybe. I've been just having some random curing issues. I'll use the exact same amount of resin every time, and roughly the same amount of pigment every time, but every time I get like I get weird issues where the part will take 3 hours to cure, and then another time it only takes an hour and a half. I don't get it. Make 2 points every 3 minutes of what? Yeah, I guess that's true. You pressure pot or vacuum? I do pressure pot, yeah. Yep. So I think I'm doing the pressure pot right. I know a lot of resin artists and stuff, they go up to like 60 psi or so. I've been just going up to 40. So far I think 40's been okay. So I think what my issue has been, at least for the bubble aspect of things, is that so these bubbles that I've been getting, I'm assuming they must be a lot bigger, and then my pressure pot shrinks them down to this. But I've added extra vent holes, and that didn't seem to do it. So I started thinking today that maybe it's because of how quick this stuff cures. And it's always the left side, which is the side that I do second, you know. So I start over here, I fill this side up, and then I go over here and I fill this side up. And I started thinking maybe it's thickening up just a little too much. And so today I poured the left side first. And I also made sure I didn't stir as long. And so I poured the left side first, and it actually came out pretty well. Still had a few minor bubbles, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick in my little tubes here. It's my little pieces of Bowden tube from my 3D printer. I use these as kind of reservoirs in a way. So when I compress it with the pressure pot, these are kind of act like material reservoirs of sorts. So if that makes any sense. You'll see it, I think. E and K are the only resin people I watch regularly. E and K. I don't know that one. Wait. That's they're YouTubers, right? Evan and Caitlin. I think, right? Yeah, they're yeah, okay, Evan and Caitlin. Yeah, they're a trip, aren't they? They're really fun, but like they're almost too giggly for me. I can't. I have a hard time watching them, but I do enjoy their stuff. They're just so damn giggly. But they do some pretty cool things. Yeah, come on, get in there. But yeah, they are probably more skilled at resin casting than I am currently. I'm working on it. I lost one of my tubes. Or did I ever have one? Maybe I never had one. Well, let's make a new one. You're a very cheery pair. They are. I mean, it's great. I love seeing people happy. I just kind of wonder what they're like off camera. But anyway, they're a lot of fun. I think I did actually learn a few things from them. Currently my brain's not there yet, so I can't say what I learned from them. But I believe I watched a video of theirs and I was like, hey, that's fantastic. That's how you do it. Okay, cool. But yeah, let's see. I'm envious of your Crealty side cutters that actually work. They're new. These I haven't used them a whole lot yet, so that's probably why they work. But golly, man, they're so nice. These are like the best side cutters I think I've ever owned. They're so damn sharp. I stabbed myself the first day I had them. Alright, so this is set. This is good. Lately I've been also putting a bubble level on it just to make sure that it's actually level. I've been kind of wondering if maybe that's part of my issue as well. And it is not level. Okay. The spring thing in mine broke, and then one of the actual side cutters snapped off. Wow, weird. Okay, I could see that. I imagine they're pretty cheap. Should be able to get some new ones relatively easily, or even better ones. I'm sure Snap-on makes some. If you don't mind, you know, owing your soul to Snap-on. Okay, so I guess I didn't fully describe my reservoir idea. Okay, so all these tubes now, they just go down into the silicone a little bit, not where they're going to be touching the part or anything, but now I can fill these tubes up, you know, up to the top of the tube, and so when the air pressure pushes resin down and it collapses air bubbles inside, there's material here to fill into the mold, instead of, I think maybe what's been happening is that air has been pushing down, and then it actually pushes air into one of these holes, and then I just basically end up with more air bubbles. Is my theory. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah. Like with all things, they make fancy ones from Japan. Oh, let's lettuce if they do or not. Yeah, lettuce. I believe probably still owes his life to Snap-on. Any automotive mechanic pretty much ends up like indebted to yeah, indebted to Snap-on at some point. I had a coworker that basically he had almost just signed his check over to Snap-on. It was pretty sad. I benefited from that because he always had the best tools and he always let me borrow them. Unfortunately, when I quit, I accidentally stole a couple of his really nice wrenches. I forgot them in my pocket or something like that, and when I went home, I saw that I had them, and I had already quit. So, and I was never ever coming back. So, yeah, I think I texted him. I was like, "Hey, man, sorry about that." It's like, "Oh, don't worry, I got more." But yeah, he had the coolest tools, though. We actually got to use one of those boroscopes. Boroscopes? Snap-on sells one of those cool, basically a little TV screen with a really long camera on the end of a cable. And yeah, we got to actually use it, looking like inspecting a gearbox once. That was pretty sweet. Camera on a wire, it was kind of like that. It wasn't like a long wire thing, but it was kind of a hard cable of sorts that it was on the end of, and so you could kind of direct it around inside of things. But yeah, it was pretty sweet. My neighbor borrowed my Irwins, and that was the last I saw them. Damn. Pesky neighbors. 32. I need 32 grams of part B. So I've been doing quite a few of these since Tuesday. Actually, pretty much since Saturday. And been just trying to stockpile parts, but I keep getting the left side with air bubbles in it. But I've gotten pretty good at dispensing the right amount of resin here. 32. 32.09. That'll do. Fujiu side cutting flush cutters go for about $20. Not sure if good, but from Japan. Huh. I mean, I guess I would pay $20 for a good pair of side cutters. If they are in fact good. I mean, I don't know if I'd pay $20 for these. but yeah, I do like them. Now that I own a pair of really nice side cutters, I might spend $20 on them. Get my Irwins for 15. Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. I really liked what Adam Savage had to say in his book, Every Tool's a Hammer. He says to, buy the cheap tool first, and if you find that you use it a lot, go ahead and buy the more expensive one. Because the more expensive one isn't gonna crap out on you. It's gonna give you a better, use, a better cut, or a better whatever it does. It's just going to be more reliable. But you don't want to go out and spend, hundreds of dollars on something that you don't know if you're ever going to use all that much. So that's why you go to like Harbor Freight and you get the cheap ones. On the other hand, I have a little addendum to that. And I feel like if there's safety involved, go with the expensive thing. Because you don't want to trust your life or your limbs to a cheap piece of machinery. It's like my uncle. My uncle one time, he was kind of taking all of us kids for a ride on his motorcycle, and he put on a really expensive helmet that had the microphones and the speakers and stuff, so you could talk to your passengers. And I remember my dad saying, "Wow, you spent that much on a helmet?" And my uncle was like, "I like to think that my head is worth at least that." So like that has stuck with me all these years. Like, whatever you think that body part of yours is worth, you should probably spend the money to protect it. When someone asks to borrow it, hand them the cheap one. There you go. Did that with my 3D printer, all in on an early kits from 2011. Oh, yeah. Yep. I think around that same time I bought a 3D printer on Kickstarter for like $800. I thought it was a steal, It was a dual head printer, all aluminum construction, and it took forever for that company to actually make the things. And then when they finally did, they went under. So I think the owner died in a car accident or something like that. The whole company just shut down. And yeah, so they had like a what do you call it, a proprietary software that was based on their servers. It was like a cloud-based software on their servers, and of course when they shut down, that bricked my 3D printer. So yeah, that was fun. So that was the only one. I've been working with that one ever since, but I started using Octoprint, so it's controlled by a Raspberry Pi. I got tired of fighting with that, and finally Creality, I saw the Creality printers were coming out, and people were really excited about them, and I still was hesitant to get one. And then I saw one for sale at Micro Center for $180, and I was like, yep, doing it. So nasty. Crap saw versus good saw. Fingers are worth roughly 1,000 each. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like definitely, if you, I think it's probably worth getting the like the table saw that supposedly keeps you from cutting your fingers off. I know it's kind of a pain in the ass because like sometimes it triggers, on different things. I think like a knot sometimes will trigger that thing, or just like I think maybe some general static in the air has triggered those. I saw a nail trigger it once, so that was kind of nice. But yeah, I would say maybe spend the money on one of those. I hate table saws. I will probably never own a table saw. Closest thing to a table saw I'll ever get would be like one of those, what do you call those, the big ones where like you lean your piece up against the wall and then you slide the saw down. That's the closest to a table saw I'm ever gonna get. Would have yanked that motherboard out long ago and redid it all. Yeah, it took me a while. I think it took me a while to find Octoprint. Obviously I had to wait for Raspberry Pis to come out too. So those didn't exist at the time I got my printer. I was using a MakerBot Thingomatic 1300 for print area. Still runs to this day, but not as well as it did before the PS. Oh wow. One of those saws. It's a good saw. Saw stop would be the only table saw I would get. Yeah. Best present my father-in-law had given me in a while was one of those construction grade. Nice! I have some crazy table saw stops now. You pay a lot for it, but it's worth it. Yeah, I mean, I imagine. That one time that you just happen to touch the blade with your finger, I think it would pay for itself that instant. I mean, it'd be a scary instant, slamming away from your finger like that. I'm sure makes a hell of a loud noise, but God, it'd be so worth not losing a finger for. It scares me, like watching all these woodworkers on stream. So I don't know, man. they make me so nervous. Reading chat and like working with saws and stuff, just I never want to try its feature, right? I wouldn't either. I would hope that thing would never get used. My hand and hospital bills are worth it. Oh, for sure. Yeah, let's go. Even if you just like, got halfway through your finger, by the time you pulled your hand away, it's like the hospital bill plus, the time it takes for you to be able to use your finger again. Yeah, geez, it's totally worth it. Okay, I gotta run my air compressor, so I'm going to mute myself here for a second. Let me see, I need to unplug something. Unplug my space heater. Ugh. Don't want to be tripping any circuit breakers. 'Cause that'll happen. Okay. Alright then, now I mute myself and I yell loud noises to Kristen, so that way she doesn't jump when I hit the button. Oh, I guess in the meantime, feel free to drive. Loud noises, yeah. How would you cut a hot dog in half if you had one of those saws? That wouldn't work right. I know, sacrifices, I guess. You just have to use the, probably your, what would it be? I suddenly am spacing on the nice reciprocating saws. Oh yeah, bandsaw, there you go. Chop saw, yeah. Sawzall. You could use your sawzall, just hold the hot dog out there, and take your sawzall to it. No problem. Alright, anyway, loud noises.
Mic off. Mic on.
Okay. I'm back. Mic on. Alright. There we go. Okay, so back to here. Mic on. Are any of you guys getting the Twitch error message that you have like an ad blocker on or something like that? I was getting that all day today when I was just trying to like have something in the background to watch or listen to, really. but yeah, it's just like it seemed like every 5 or 10 minutes the screen would turn purple. Yeah, okay. So you're getting that too. I don't know what that is. I turned my ad blocker off, or at least I paused it on Twitch, and it was still giving me that damn message. Oh, project hasn't seen it either. Okay, I wonder what it is. It's really all I have is ad blocker. I started seeing it when I was using Multistream, the Multistream website. I'd see it on there, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's the end of Multistream, apparently. And now I started seeing it today, and I'm just going right through Twitch, so I don't know what's going on, but they're like, you're using a third-party software to view this stream, or you have a third-party ad blocker. So I paused my ad blocker and still got it. I don't know. It's on mobile during the day. Yeah, I guess I haven't seen it on mobile. I've disabled every extension, and it still happens. Okay, so it must be a Twitch thing. Alright, I'm going to pour. You guys ready? I'm going to start with the left this time. So I'm going to try not to mix as as long either. Sometimes I've been going for like 2 minutes or something like that, and this stuff sets up in like 7 minutes, so yeah, I need to be quick about it. Alright, here we go. Pouring this in. Whoop. It's so weird that my very first cast turned out perfectly, and then I've just been fighting it ever since Saturday. I've been making like 2 or 3 of these a day since Saturday, and every time I get those bubbles. I kind of methodically change one or two things each time. I just don't know. 3, 2, 1, go. Need one of those worked lettuce things. Was it resin mixing in 3, 2, 1. Resin power. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so you guys want to see what I'm doing. So this is the stuff I mixed in gray powder, and just gotta make sure I get this properly mixed, but yeah, also not spend too much time on it. I was already starting to get distracted. It's always been my problem. The first time makes it look easy, and then try number 2, but it's yeah. Yeah, so weird. Alright, let's zoom in. So here we go. I'm just gonna pour this down this tube. Previous runs I was using a giant syringe to inject the material, and I noticed once I started getting to the like the bottom of the syringe, once I started getting that last bit out, I saw so many air bubbles going down the nozzle. So I decided to start pouring it in like this. So far that seemed to work a little better. But yeah, I feel like it's a timing thing. Because like I can kind of feel the cup already getting warm, so it's gotta be like maybe I just am doing it a little too slowly, and so the stuff kicks before it has time to get all the air out. Yeah. So far, so good. I've kind of filled the left reservoirs, but I'll try and add some more to it. Just gotta make sure I have enough for both. I've pretty much calculated just the right amount so I don't have too much left over. Obviously I don't want to be wasting resin, because the plan is to make a lot of these things, so make so many of them that they can pay for the injection molds to be made. So I need to sell somewhere around, I don't know, 500 Rovers to be able to pay for the injection molds to be made, at least of one part. You think you were injecting the air? It seemed like I was, yeah. I think I was injecting air, like a lot of bubbles, and then sometimes when I'd stop injecting, I kind of just lightly pull back on the syringe and then start again, I would inject another giant air bubble. So I did see that happening. Might need a slower resin, or that is probably blocked. Yeah, maybe. It's possible. If this doesn't work, then that's probably it. Alright, let's come on over to my pressure pot. Whee! Pressure pot. Slide this down in there. Make sure it's level. You guys should have seen the situation I got in trying to put the silicone in this pressure pot. Some of you folk were here, but some of you new guys missed it last week. It was almost a disaster. I almost spilled half of my mold. Yeah. So, yeah, this is kind of an example of you know, safety. I know we kind of went over this, I think, on Tuesday maybe. Paying the extra money for a you know, a safety related item. You know, you pressurize something to, like in this case, 40 psi. You really don't want these latches to come off. There's a few videos on YouTube of people's kind of cheap pressure pots exploding. It's a little scary. Like the lid just flies off, hits the ceiling, bounces off the floor. Just lucky the person's face wasn't over it, you know. I suppose if their face was over it, you wouldn't see it on YouTube because they wouldn't be able to upload it. Yeah, I'm so scared of like pressurized things. I think it's because I was a maintenance mechanic for a while, and I dealt with like pressurized systems a lot, and sometimes they they let go at the weirdest times. Let's see. Might need a slower... Okay, I got that part. You need a maker coin mold. Oh, hey, that's a neat idea. Because, yeah, I probably have... I have just enough. Yeah, back over here. Over here. There we go. So, yeah, I have a little bit. Not much, but enough to kind of see if it's cured or not. But, yeah, it would be nice to make like some kind of cool, like, I don't know, Stray Robotics logo or something. You, sir, are the best pourer of resin. Really? I suppose I didn't spill any, did I? Everybody says I have like super steady hands. Kristen's always like, how are you so steady? Just born born with steady hands. I was in biology class, I was deemed the pipette holder. I was the only one in like biology class who could hold a pipette steady enough to inject stuff into the little tiny spots. Poor access resin. Wow, so many camera views. Yeah, I'm kind of working on it. Who has the 10 cameras? Is it Way Cool Wood or? I forget. Somebody has like 10 cameras, and they're trying to go up even more. It's like, wow. I don't know if I'll be getting up there, but yeah, it's nice to have multiple camera angles. Let's see. You did an awesome job on the first part of Silicone Pro. Yeah, I guess I did. Yeah, the first part. I don't know how I got the first part in the mold. I think I was able to grab onto the sides or something and lower it down into the pot. Oop. Hey, Chet. Chet fell asleep. Hold on. Oh, is it Biking Viking that has all the cameras? Oh, Biking Viking's here, actually. That's funny. Could be lurking now. Is this part, or is this the part where we make flubber and Stray builds a flying car? Maybe. Maybe. Your pressure pot explode. Yeah, let's hope not. That would be a cool project. Make a mold of something neat and use your leftover resin. Yeah. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Okay. Uh-oh. Is Chet getting stuck? So we got about an hour to the end of stream. What should I do? I do have a Rover to kind of put together. I don't have the wires prepped yet. I actually ordered some. I found some already made wires on AliExpress, so I don't have to like sit there and put connectors on wires anymore. Problem is I have to wait till like April or something for them to come in. But I do have some parts we could put together, I guess. We could try one of these rovers out. I just won't be able to power it today unless you guys want to watch me watch me put connectors on wires. Yeah. Also, I guess that pointing towards R2 here, or what do we call them? We decided to call this one, I forget, Chad. So we have Chet and Chad. So let's see if I can drive Chad. Yeah, there we go. Woo! So Chad has faster motors and bigger wheels. These wheels are actually designed by my nephew for snow traction. Turns out they don't work very well in the snow. So they are down here right now. And for some reason this controller like eats up batteries. It's a little 9-volt battery and it just sucks them up. And so like you see the jerky motion of the Rover. That's because the transmitter here is struggling. So I had originally bought this transmitter and receiver as a possible remote control for these Rover kits, and I don't think I'm going to be doing that. Not going to be offering these for sale. But the ones that are controlling Chet right now, yeah, the one that controls Chet is working flawlessly, and it works pretty much throughout the whole house. So if I were to let you guys escape, you'd be able to drive around in my basement. Which I'm leaning towards being okay with. Chad is such a Chad. Yeah, Chad is quick if the transmitter responds. He's using 50 RPM motors, whereas Chet uses the old 30 RPM motors that I've been selling. But yeah, I'm making the switch to the 50 RPM because I think kids just don't have the attention span for a really slow Rover. How are the Rovers climbing upstairs and opening refrigerators? Yeah, they're not so good at that yet. Maybe someday. There's a fantastic streamer. He came from YouTube recently. What is his name on Twitch now? It's Excess Parts or Spare Parts. I think it's Spare Parts. But yeah, he's been on YouTube forever, and he's known for like going around different manufacturing facilities in China, around Shenzhen, I think. But yeah, he's pretty well known for like just showing off all the technology and different stuff that's going on over there, and so he now streams on Twitch, and he has a Rover thing that you can drive around in his shop, which is hilarious to watch because people like, you know, they've managed to open up his little beer fridge. They've managed to knock over some big shelf thing full of, you know, screws and bolts and stuff. Ah, yes, Cheesy Bacon. You know him. Spare Parts, yeah. Strange Parts. Oh, is that it? Strange Parts? Yeah, I haven't seen him online for a little while. At least a few weeks or something. Strange Parts. Okay. Yeah. That dude is awesome. I wish I knew half the amount of stuff that he knows. But yeah, I guess we all specialize in our own things. I specialize in screwing around with Rovers, I guess. Yeah. Causing Rover drama. About Michael Reeves' chat-controlled drill. Oh, I haven't seen that. Who's Michael Reeves? Chat-controlled drill. That's cool. You can't pour resin like, are you? $5 a... Oh, man. Sounds like a challenge. I wonder how steady his hands are. I mean, he does work with very small components on circuit board stuff. I've seen him, under a microscope putting little bits on the circuit board, so he does have some steady hands. Jill goes crazy on subs, I think. Oh, wow. I don't know who Michael Reeves is. I should probably, I should at least go there. Is it just Michael Reeves? All one word? Search Michael Reeves. There he is. 1.2 million followers. Holy smokes. I wouldn't even know what to do with that. Let's give him a follow. How have I not heard of him before then? Oh, he's kind of a gamer. I think. Anyway, maybe I'll give him a follow. Do you allow links? Oh, yes, I do. Decided to allow links for now, I guess. So far nobody's abused them. So yeah, go for it. I have a pretty small community, and y'all seem pretty cool, so I try to allow most things. And if not, Super Cow will rain that ban hammer down. Let's see. I know this song. What is this? This is a Metallica. This is like an instrumental Metallica song. Maybe I better skip it. Metallica will sue me. These are sometimes not safe for work. For language. Oh, okay. That's good that I work from home. One of the small benefits of COVID is I get to now work from home and occasionally go in. I allowed links for a while, then I'd wake up to a chat room full of spam wanting me. Oh wow, bummer. Yeah, that's right. Okay, geez, yeah, I remember. You do 3D printing stuff on your streams. Band hammers and blocks. Word. Yeah. Okay, so I have some parts here. Boop. Here. So here's my latest Rover parts. I hope the color's right. It's kind of right. I've been kind of struggling to get the color right on my monitor, so I don't know exactly what color you guys are seeing, but my monitor color is fairly similar to my phone now. So yeah, but this is kind of a gold color, if anything. It's like a yellow gold. These are the bodies, rocker arms. These are the solar panel clips. So they go on, they hold the solar panel in place. So yeah, I guess we could start kind of throwing one together, and then maybe Tuesday we'll wire it up and get it working, huh? Yeah, it's just my printer thinking of doing builds from prints on stream. Oh, that's injection molded, huh? No, these this came from another silicone mold. So I made the master. So here's the master part. I had to print it in 2 pieces because at the time my print bed was really small. So I printed it vertically in 2 pieces, and then I glued them together, put in some Bondo, sanded, did a whole lot of painting, whole lot of filler primer, and then I put this on my CNC router, and I very lightly engraved my logo in the body, and then I poured silicone over this. I made a silicone mold. I think it's probably one of my very first streams way back January of last year. Maybe it's on YouTube. I don't remember if that ever got on YouTube, but I was starting that mold from the time I made the switch from YouTube to Twitch. And yeah, so I don't know if there's actually video of it, but I do have the mold right here. Currently I have it stashed under my joystick because I've been playing Flight Simulator like crazy. Ugh. I found out the company I now work for owns a couple of Cessna 172s, and they just got me excited to start flying 172s on Microsoft Flight Sim. So, oh, did Chet not move again? Hang on a second, I gotta wake him up. So yeah, so here's the mold for the body. But yeah, this is, I guess I made this about a year ago now. I think I'm gonna have to remake it pretty soon because this one's kind of starting to fall apart, and it does give me some bubbles that I think I can eliminate if I redesigned it. But I have to pour it from the top here, which is kind of weird. And so I end up with large sprues that I have to clip off here, just like these other ones that I had here. Where'd that one go? There it is. It's a very similar sprues that come off of this edge here. So I always have to trim those off, but it's not too bad. It just kind of messes up the corners. But yeah, for the most part, they come out really nice. They're a little bubbly, but not too bad. Let's see. Is the body big enough for a Raspberry Pi? Yes, it is. It's designed for an Arduino, but I do have a Raspberry Pi here. Where'd my Arduino go? My Arduino has left me. Oh yeah, it's in one of the other bodies. I think it's big enough for a Pi. So here's a Raspberry Pi. Fits right in there. Yeah, looks like everything goes in pretty nicely. I guess what I was thinking about doing was kind of building somewhat of a standoff sort of thing, mounting it to the bottom. Not real sure. I haven't actually done much with the Raspberry Pi, but the Arduino with a motor controller, what do you call it? Motor controller shield fits on there pretty well. And then I have this battery pack that you could put in there, power the whole thing with. And then the solar panel recharges this battery pretty nicely. So just some stuff I've been kind of working on. Eventually I'll be offering those in the kits. Right now the kits are only just the solar powered Rover, so it only drives forward. And then it's up to the kids to put an Arduino in there and stuff. But I might start offering kits with Arduinos. That's if Arduino's okay with me doing that. Really clean. Freaking cool, dude. I'm glad you like it. It's awesome. There's some amazing garage kit molds. Room for a battery underneath. Yeah, it took me quite a while to develop, but I kind of want to make them bigger now. I don't know, I just feel like they're not big enough. Because like the one problem I think I'm gonna run into is kids are not gonna want to put an Arduino in there, close it all up, put a solar panel on, and run the code, and then they're gonna be like, oh, I need to, change this thing on my code. So then they have to open it all up, take it back out again. So I'm thinking of replacing the solar panel. Let's see, so I have a solar panel sitting here. So I was thinking about replacing the solar panel with something that you could mount the Arduino onto. That way it's on top, and then you'd have access to the program port and stuff. And then, I don't know, battery pack could go underneath or something like that. But so I'm thinking that's probably what I'm going to end up doing, because like this solar panel isn't really powerful enough to power an Arduino and the motors. It's just not quite there. I do have a bigger solar panel, which I'm gonna maybe try out this summer. But it's quite a bit bigger. But it fits pretty well. I think all I have to do is redesign these clips so that it holds this. And so I'm thinking offering that as kind of a secondary item, you know, if you want more power. So this, I believe, can power the Arduino and the motors. So I don't know, just something I've been thinking about. There are optional accessories, stray robotic cells. Yes, these I'm definitely in the works of some different options. So you get the base kit, you know, for, I don't know, depending on if you want it fully assembled or if you want to do all the assembly yourself. I've been kind of tossing around some price ranges, so like maybe $35 for the kit that you do all the assembly of. Maybe something more like $50 for the kit that I've pretty much done all the work on. Something like that, maybe $50, and then, you know, somewhere on up for whatever it costs to put an Arduino in there and stuff like that. I don't quite know the cost of this large panel yet. I got it off Amazon, so I know there's cheaper places to do it. So I haven't quite priced that out yet, but yep, it's all in the plan. But it's all fun. It's pretty enjoyable to kind of just work on this and, you know, brainstorm, come up with ideas, and, you know, kind of see what you guys think. My goal here wasn't exactly to like start selling them to, like, you know, Twitch followers and stuff. My goal was to kind of like start, I don't know, just having you guys around for brainstorming and to kind of take you along for the ride of how I start up this business. I'm slowly learning things that I can't talk about, so so it's not quite as awesome as I had originally thought, but yeah. The extreme poo option. Extreme poo? I'm not sure what that is. Lots of money and accessories, definitely. And then, like, yeah, you can offer all these accessories at various price points, and, you know, it's really cool. I'm just kind of wondering what to do about the Arduino. Obviously, like, you know, I don't want to go with like an off-brand one from China. I would love to actually go with the real Arduino. But I think we looked, I forget, was it SuperCow or LiDAR? I forget, one of you guys kind of looked it up. I think it was SuperCow. But if you want to resell Arduino products, I think you have to buy, what was it, like $1,600 worth of Arduino kits or something like that? If you wanted to resell them. It was something crazy. So I don't know what to do. I was thinking, like, trying to get the real Arduinos as cheaply as possible and just not really make any money off of them, but offer them in the kit, you know? I feel kind of weird about making money off of them when you could just go someplace else and get an Arduino for a little cheaper. I don't know. It's all in the learning curve of starting a business, you know. It's like if you're a grocery store, you know, what do you charge for your items on your shelves? You know, it's that kind of stuff I haven't quite figured out yet. Don't worry about selling the Arduinos. So, like, not sell them at all, or just sell them, you know, and try to make my money back, or just sell the mounts for the different types of them. Oh, okay. Then you avoid reselling issues. Okay. It's a good idea. So I can't find my Imgur link to my original robot design, but here's a link to a later revision. Okay. Oh, Jesus. SWK. You just get the Chinese knockoffs or make your own. The designs are open source. That's true. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of afraid of the Chinese knockoffs because I just don't want any kind of issues. You know, Like, I don't know. I think I would take bad reviews very personally. So I want to try to have good quality products. I don't know. And your name is Brown, and for some reason I keep ignoring it. So I realized the SWK on my Tuesday stream. I realized I had skipped over some of your comments, and I didn't mean to. I was looking back at my VOD and I was like, oh Jesus, I skipped over like almost everything he said. It was like, I think it's just because of the color of your name. But anyway, let's go to Thingiverse. Let's see, I have desktop, there it is. Okay. Robot design, okay. Let's robot.tv. Cool. Are these just, yeah, little bumpers out front? It's pretty neat. Oh, cool. You have a webcam in there. I am guessing this is a speaker, so maybe you can talk. That's cool. Wow, and then you just put it all out there on Thingiverse for everybody to use. That's so nice of you. That's better than what I'm doing, huh? Just like buy my stuff. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. Back here. When you get to that point, go to the bank, investor, and get a small business loan. You know, I've been really kind of steering away from the loans, I guess. But maybe it's I guess it's a possibility. It's just I think the loans, it's like there's not a whole lot of profit margin on these little guys, because I'm trying to like price them for like, you know, low income schools and you know, just kind of, I don't know, low income families and stuff like that. So there's not a big profit margin here, and I'm afraid if I get a loan, it's going to take a really long time to pay that back. Plus, it's thousands of Rovers I'd have to sell, you know, just to finally pay that loan back. And I'm a little nervous about doing that right now. But yeah, maybe if I'm getting to the point where I can't make them fast enough, though. By reselling, the customer can use what they have or whatever they buy. Okay. It's a dark red. Is it dark red? It's like brown on my laptop. Let's see. My other screen makes it look almost a brownish pink. Interesting. What's your BOM cost goal? I think I'm trying to get it around $20. So I'm close. Still gonna take some work though. Yeah, if you're worried about that stuff, just let them use their own stuff. Okay. Yep. Head TTS. Camera is on shock mount to damp mount modernize. Nice. Here, let's make the color better. Have you looked at element 14? No. Should be straight red. Yes, that's better. I could not avoid that now, because now it's just like, it's red, it's important. $20, yeah, I know. It's difficult. I'm close though. I'm about 25 right now. So I just need to like, I need to, I think, start buying motors and solar panels more in bulk. I've been buying them at like 10 Rovers at a time, so it's like 40 motors and 10 solar panels. So I don't get a huge discount on those. So if I start getting them more in bulk, I think I can bring the price point down a little bit. I started buying the resin in gallons, so now now the price has been cut dramatically on that one. Let's see, packaging is still a little bit high. I think it's like $2.50 per cardboard box. And then the user manual, which I guess I haven't shown a lot of you guys. There's a little user manual that I had somebody on Upwork design, and she did a really good job for, I guess, what I gave her. I want to update this a little bit more, but I love how she kind of made it look like a Haynes manual. So yeah, a little Haynes manual basically, and then this little diagram about how solar power makes motors turn. Super basic. I kind of want to do something a little more involved, because I don't think this really tells a whole lot. And there's the part list basically. So these are all the components that you get. So like I've been assembling the motors and wheels, rocker arms. I've been routing all the wires and stuff, and that's been a little bit time consuming. But everything else is pretty much able for them to use. So there's putting the wires in, putting the hardware in. This is how you wire it. You just wire it directly into a breadboard, and then you put in the black discs or googly eyes. I provide googly eyes if the kids want those, and then put the solar panel on, put it out in the sun for hours of fun. And so yeah, that's my my user manual. It's pretty sweet, and I think that one doesn't cost a whole lot. What was it? I think it was like $1.50 per manual or something like that, or maybe it was a little less. I can't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, I can probably get it down to $20. And we could also look at like ESP32s in place of the Arduino. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I have driving the Chet Rover is a ESP8266. And that's been working really well. Let's see. I have I swear I have like smaller versions. Like there's so many Arduinos and Raspberry Pis that are really small nowadays. So like this little guy could probably drive the Rover just fine. This is I forget what these are, little Arduino feathers or something like that. But yeah, I mean there's plenty of room. So yeah, I guess it would be probably beneficial to leave it up to the kids to decide what they want to put in it. I just figured the Arduino is the most popular thing, so I made it plenty big enough to plop one inside. And what was the Element 14 SWK had? I guess I don't know what Element 14 is. I made a $100 Let's Robot bomb, and it was all 3D printed, assuming 0 printing cost. Wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, the electronics part adds up pretty fast, that's for sure. So, yeah, it's it's pretty tough. Let's see. Ever thought of maybe reaching out to someone like Adafruit, see if they would you on the Arduino and bulk pricing? I've been kind of debating on that. Adafruit's pretty cool. You just use an Adafruit board. Yeah, I think this motor driver is actually an Adafruit board. But like, I don't know, you can find these like easily on China and stuff nowadays. Actually, that's where I got this one. My previous ones were Adafruit, but I got this off like AliExpress. So it was only like a couple bucks. Just have to wait like 4 months for them to show up. Yeah, Adafruit would be kind of cool to work with. I wonder if they'd be willing to work with a small timer like me. You should make a plate with a whole grid so people can print various mounts and make their own. A plate? You mean like something to go on the top here instead of the solar panel? Newark.com, Element 14. Same company, diff faces uses US and Europe respectively. They are sort of wholesale for industrial automations. Okay, well that sounds cool. Element 14, let's go to the desktop. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's one thing I've been kind of looking at is like, how do I get a hold of like wholesalers and distributors and stuff? Because like maybe I'll sell to those guys or buy stuff from those guys. I've been kind of looking at the idea of like just offering different science kits too. If I can find just kind of a good deal on some sort of science kits, and I could put those on the websites as well. I don't want to like put my name on it, but just like, it's a store, like I'd be selling, I don't know, selling related things like different solar projects or wind projects or something like that. But yeah, I really need to get a hold of different distributors and wholesalers, I think, for that. Yeah, the company Raspberry Pi Foundation contracts to actually manufacture the... Oh! Interesting. Okay. Hey, they have a magazine, don't they? I swear I've seen like an Element 14 magazine or something. And then make some standard full mounts for common boards like Arduino, Okay. Give me a Lady 80. What's the worst she can say? No? Yeah. I guess I really need... I feel like I need to get the website in a better shape. Right now the website is like this old version of when we were working on Inspiration, my bigger Rover. The name, like, we came up with Stray Robotics just as a way to get into our favorite convention, Space Fest, and we just wanted to be able to like show people what we were working on. We weren't even a real company at the time, and so we created the website and all that kind of stuff to like kind of show that we were kind of serious. And years later, we actually registered the name Stray Robotics and created the business and stuff, and I've since changed gears to these little guys, and but the website has pretty much stayed the same. So I'd like to like get the website in better shape before I start getting a hold of somebody like Lady Ada. She'd just laugh at me probably. Like if Arduino wants you to buy 1,600 pieces, maybe if we worked fewer pieces with a reasonable discount. That's possible. That is very possible. It's also SparkFun. I love SparkFun. But yeah, again, I just want to look a little bit more professional before I start confronting people like that. So I think once Kristen's done with her master's degree, she can probably start helping me out with the website and stuff. That should be hopefully this summer, maybe. next spring for sure. That fits as a drop-in, but just makes it easy to Lego some stuff onto. Okay. I was kind of thinking about some sort of drop-in. Definitely, like you would mount the... Oops, let's go back here. You would like mount this to some sort of drop-in that would, kind of fix it in there so it doesn't move around as much. But then there's still that issue of like, the person's probably not going to want to keep taking the solar panel off every time they want to reprogram the thing. So I don't know. But yeah, we could do something like what you're talking about, plates, and have different cutouts for different things. SparkFun is actually pretty cool. SparkFun will sponsor, promote stuff they think they can make a buck off. That's true. Some contacts with those places from doing cons remind me on Discord to dig them out during the day when I'm in my office. Okay. Yeah, I guess currently in my current situation, I feel like I'm still kind of in prototype phase. If I were to get like a large order, I don't know, even like just a classroom wants 30 rovers, I would be swamped, because I have a full-time job, and it takes me about 5 or 6 hours to make a rover. So that means I could maybe make one a day, you know, two to three on a Saturday, and maybe 2 to 3 on a Sunday. So yeah, even an order of 30 would be hard. And so if I was to work with somebody like SparkFun and they're like, here's this really cool thing, all of a sudden I get thousands of orders. Oh, I'd be hurting. So I don't know how long it take to get molds made up, you know, like injection molds. A loan at that point, I guess, would probably be a good idea. I'll have to get some pics of what I've done for my prototyping rovers. Yeah, that'd be cool. Turns out trying to print a plate with 1 centimeter spaced holes covering down near the whole print. Really so tough. Oh man, I suppose it probably warps and stuff, doesn't it? Sounds like someone needs more molds. Well, I know an injection mold or two. Oh, good. Yes. Because I got a quote recently for these rocker arms. I created a file that has them, you know, together, basically in one part, and they quoted me about $6,000 for the mold, and then the parts were ridiculous. It was like $5 a part, and I currently make them for $1.38. So yeah, it was kind of crazy. Definitely don't recommend trying to print this. Let's see what you got. Oh wow. So what does it just kind of peel up, or I could see it like warping or something, or trying to peel up in the corners. $5 a part? That's probably, I know, right? That's what I thought. Molds for injection molding are not cheap. No, yeah, I was kind of expecting something like $7,000 for a mold of that. So I was kind of okay with the it's like 6,500, I think was their quote. So I was kind of okay with that. But then, like, yeah, the $5 basically per set, I think, is what they're talking about. Just crazy. And that was ABS too. That was like they quoted ABS material, which seemed kind of strange because I selected something a little stronger than ABS. But yeah, then I'd also need a mold of this, which is probably a good chunk of aluminum or steel or whatever they'd want to use. I had this quoted at one point, and they wanted some changes. They wanted some like draft angles, which was cool. They also wanted to like kind of make this triangle a little bit more hollow on the side, you know, so it didn't use up as much plastic. And they kind of had a little issues with this too, because these are, you know, parts of the mold they're going to have to like kind of come in at an angle. So yeah, there's a lot more to injection molding than I am prepared for, I think. But once you have the mold, the parts should be pennies. That's kind of what I thought. Because, like, yeah, if I'm doing resin for $1.38, like, why are they charging $5? I wonder if it was just to scare me off. I don't know. Just took forever to get it level enough for the time. Oh, leveling, yeah. Heard of See Me CNC? Yeah, I think I have. I think I have heard of See Me CNC. It's been a while, I think. You can see Raspberry Pi and motor driver and whatnot mounts if you scroll down. Oh. Oh, I see. They're different sizes. Okay. Wait, you said scroll down. I didn't even scroll down. I'm sorry, I just totally left your page like, whatever. Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a neat idea. That would probably work pretty well on this rover here. You could almost just form it so it like goes over top of the body like that. And just like maybe kind of lightly snaps around the edges. That's cool. Good idea. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but we probably shouldn't throw it on stream if it is bad. Too many little videos to quick process before scrolling away. But yeah, that's cool. Did you 3D print the treads too? Looks like it. Wow. Those must have been fun. Let's see, back here. See the Raspberry Pi motors, scroll down. Okay, I would print small standoffs that I could screw down to the plate, and then the boards would screw to the standoffs. Rearranging all the rovers, have the grids, moving stuff around was super nice. Yeah, that does sound really handy. Too bad Allforge, hobby injection molding machine like Glowforge, turned out to be vaporware. Oh man. Yeah, that's too bad. I would probably get an injection molding machine here. So far the ones that I've seen are, you know, they're for little tiny things. They just don't have the kind of the reservoir or whatever plastic to plunge in. Although maybe I just make one. I don't know. That's just another thing I have to make, you know. CNC is known because they make Delta style 3D printers. Oh, that's why. They got started as a contract manufacturing injection molding shop. Okay. That's cool. Oh, those are cheap Walmart RC toys. Oh. Oh, okay. that's like the best, like just tearing apart radio controlled cars to get get stuff off of them. 4-gram shot injectors. Yeah, like what are you gonna do with that? Like this was these are 69 grams of resin, so yeah, 4 is not gonna cut it. So yeah, there's so much to look into, and I just don't have the time to always look into these things. It gets a little frustrating because like I just need to be like making rovers, and yeah, like you had said earlier, like I need more molds, and I was kind of thinking, since it now takes me about 5.5 hours to make a rover, like that's from nothing to having a rover done and in my hands. So it's about 5.5 hours, and I think theoretically, if I were to have multiple molds, I could, like, say this this rocker arm one that we just did. If I were to like stack those up on some kind of cool tray and lower it down into the pressure pot, I could do, you know, 2-3 of them in one shot. So theoretically, you know, you could do 2 or 3 rovers in 5 or 6 hours, maybe, depending on the cleanup. You know, obviously, it probably takes me about 15 minutes to like demold the parts and then clean the sprues off. So that's 15 minutes for these two. So then probably another 15 minutes for the next two, 15 minutes for the next two. So yeah, it would be beneficial, but you still gotta clean them all up. Considered something to vac form the rover body. Yeah, I've been kind of like, you know, off and on, you know, somebody will mention it, and it does have the shape of like vacuum forming, but I think what I'm afraid of is, I guess, these features, being able to kind of suck in for the disc to go in, plus I would imagine that like you'd get a big web across here, so I might have to like redesign it so you don't get that web. And then all that trimming, so like I imagine you have to have it up on a block so that way the sides come down, and then you have to do all that trimming, I guess. So I don't know, I feel like trimming would take a while unless you had the right tool, doing a lot of cleanup and stuff. Plus, like in this case, I'm able to get about a 1/16 of an inch wall thickness, whereas I feel like a vacuum former, it would kind of vary, and then maybe it might get a little soft in some places. I don't know. I'm not sure how easy it is to pull on a 1/16 of an inch piece of styrene. Here's the all-forged trailer. Ooh. Well, look at that.
This
That's fancy.
is the All-Forge, the world's first desktop machine that allows you to mass make with nearly any material.
It's really loud. Turn you down.
Simply CNC, 3D print a mold yourself, or we've teamed up with 3D hubs to allow you to get your mold delivered as soon as same day.
Wow.
Then simply load, select your quantity, and click start. Then the machine will start making your parts immediately, fully hands-off. You can make one,
Looks
or
like
you
you
can
are
make many.
getting to the point.
You can start your own fashion,
Adjustments for
make gifts for your friends and family, or even start
I guess
your
I
own
probably
store.
am, huh? Vacuum forming might be tricky.
It's a machine
Instead of
that can bring families
one-off,
together,
like you are
where to
kind of-
dream it and to have it is only a click away. It's a great addition to the family.
Now let's put it in our
Perfect for those
kitchen.
last minute. Simply click your quantity
Oh,
and
wow.
go.
Boy, everything's on
The
smartphones
we
nowadays,
are
aren't they?
so excited to bring you the
Where is it?
All-Forge. We've strived to make
Show a bunch of happy people, but no product. Okay.
and every All-Forge
Oh, that's cool. It
comes
just
ready
pops
to
right
make
out.
one of these guys. Right out of the box.
Nice. Huh. That looks like a fun thing to have. Be like a quicker way to 3D printing little goofy items around your house. Yeah, I think I'm getting close to doing more of a manufacturing style. I just feel like I'm still kind of in prototype phase. I don't really know how to get out of that phase. I think what it's just going to take is like just start selling them and start making more money. So far I've sold 7 to like friends and family, and it's cool because it kind of paid for itself. So I was able to pay for some of the more the material that I needed to buy again, which is really cool. I don't know, it was fun to be at that point, but then I realized that my rocker arms sucked, and so I kind of put selling them on hold until I could get better rocker arms, and I think I'm ready to start selling them again, which means I'll start getting some money in, and then hopefully get to the point where maybe I could like start having the Rovers pay for injection molding done of each part, pay for itself kind of as it goes, I hope. But yeah, the goal is to just like be hands off at some point. I just want to like somebody orders a Rover and it shows up at their house. I don't know. Or if anything, I get a big box of parts and I'm like, okay, these parts go in this box, this goes in that box, and send them off. But I still kind of want to maintain one thing that I do, which could be very difficult if I start selling thousands at a time. But what I like to do is I put a little thank you, like I handwrite a little thank you message and what Rover they bought. So this next one will be like, thank you, and then be sure to give Rover number 8 plenty of sun. I always like to put that in there, and I think that'll be difficult, once we start getting into higher numbers. But I do kind of like the idea of like serial numbering them. Don't get excited. Like I said, vaporware. Right? Yeah. I mean, it looks like it wouldn't produce anything for me. Maybe the wheels. It's probably big enough or my wheels are probably small enough. Like these are my wheels. These are some ones that I was trying to see if I could get them like Mars dirty. They turned out like all brown, but yeah, little dirt looking inside, I guess. But yeah, that's the size of them, and it looks like about the same size of what that machine was pumping out. So maybe. I mean, I would buy one. You would buy a machine or a Rover? I'm not sure which part we were talking about at that point. I think it could do 8x8 mold area. Okay. Yeah, so it could probably crank out my wheels. Rover is about 6 by 5. So yeah, I guess maybe you could do these then. That'd be kind of cool. God, I'd love it if a machine could crank these things out. Yeah, I mean, injection molding would be so nice. Set that machine up in my kitchen just like they had in the video. Just start popping out parts. Man. Damn vaporware. Oh hey, it's almost time for me to go. 10 o'clock is my my kind of hard cutoff. What do I call it? Solidified cutoff? It's not like a hard cutoff. It's like it's suggested. And 29's here right when I was about to end stream, per usual. I wonder if you could 3D resin print those. It's possible. The place where I work has one of the kind of larger 3D resin printers, and the molds that we've done for other things, like we've made a mold for some silicone items, and man, those come out so nice. They're so smooth. And yeah, my bosses mentioned that they're willing to help me in any way. So maybe I could ask to have a mold made on that printer. But then, like, it's a hard mold, and I have hard parts, so I think, yeah, then draft angles and stuff would really come into play, because it'd be really hard to get this out of a hard mold. Right now I'm able to kind of flex it away from, these holes here, and the holes on the sides. So, yeah, I'd have to do some thinking. 29 fireflies. Man, melting plastic, most likely ABS would be lovely. That's what I was thinking. Like, who puts that in their kitchen? Oh, gross. Oh, the smells and the toxic fumes. Ooh, SWK in project. Yeah. Actually, SWK, I think I remember first seeing you in oh man, I can't think of his name. He hasn't streamed in a long time now. But it's a guy in Colorado, woodworker in Colorado. He just fairly recently got a CNC machine, and that was about the time he stopped streaming. Chris? Yeah, Chris, yeah. Yeah, he always wears shorts and a hoodie. Yes, CC Project Factory, that's right. That was one of the first streams I started watching. And I remember the Alexa voice always saying your name. The SWK says. So yeah, you've been around a while. That's funny. Shorts and a Syracuse hoodie. Yeah, that's right. I miss watching him. He was a fun streamer. I see he's still on Instagram periodically. I don't know what happened, but I see he's still, at least kind of around. I just like making stuff. Me too. Yeah, like I watch a lot of the woodworkers and a lot of the woodworkers, a lot of the just, I don't know, resin artists, obviously. Gosh, I don't know. Try to find different electronics people, but I don't know. I just most like Laboratory 424. He's been fun to watch, and I'm patiently waiting for him to come back. Oh Bother's pretty cool, but I don't know. Most of his stuff is kind of over my head, so I don't know. Yep, makers and crafters. Yep, that's pretty much where I hang out, as makers and crafters. Because I'm always making resin things. I'm not really doing science and technology like my name suggests I would, so. I hate Syracuse so much. I actually don't know really anything about Syracuse, so I guess I don't have an opinion. Discord app attachment. Let's see. Oh, that's nice. So what's this? Is this something you did, or? Wow, that's cool. That's the what the Celtic knot thing, right? Yeah, Kristen would love that. She's pretty much 100% Irish, so her both sides of her family are from Ireland. So she's probably, I don't know, third, fourth generation, I think. But yeah. Lab 424 said something about March recently. Yeah, I think I saw that on his Discord. So patiently waiting. I'm sure COVID has probably upset his game a bit, just like anybody else. It threw a wrench in everybody's business. Nice V-bit carving. Yeah, actually that was. Cherry, 4-inch diameter, 3/8 thick, V carved on my CNC. That's awesome. I haven't gotten to do 3D stuff yet on my system yet. I have basically a Shapeoko router. I don't know how good it is at doing more three-dimensional movements, but I'd like to try. I need a file, basically. I can't seem to find any good three-dimensional files for some odd reason. Of course, I could make some, being I have the software. I don't know. I'm too busy. Right now, the CNC router is set up to shave off the excess of these wheels. So I have a little jig that holds all 4 wheels, and then the router comes by and cleans up this face because I don't have a lathe, so that's what I have to do. Yeah, I have a Shapeoko 3 XXL. Nice. Okay. Mine is they call it a clone Oko. It's basically the same as the Shapeoko, but my some of my classmates and I ended up making our own clone Oko, they call it, at school. So we had to order all the parts ourselves. We used the plasma cutter to make the metal brackets and all that stuff. I want to make a 4-foot. Whoa, how big is mine? Mine's I think mine is probably about the XXL size, or the XL. I have not made the time to learn it well. Yeah, I mean, it took a while. I had to bring mine into work where I had an engineer who knew all about setting them up. So I brought mine in, and he helped me set up the software and the stepper motor configurations with the little dip switches and stuff. So yeah, it took a while. What size is this thing? I'd say it's close to 3 feet square. Yeah, probably something like that. 2.5 to 3 feet square. 4 foot by 8 foot full sheet CNC. Oh man, that'd be so cool. 5 by 10 for full 4 by 8. Man, yeah, that'd be so cool. All right, let's see. I'm actually past due here. Whenever 29 comes in, that's our sign to leave. Just kidding. I mean, just that she always comes in at the end of my stream, so we now it's time to leave. Yeah. Let's see. Who should we raid? We should raid somebody. Anybody you guys have in mind? I see Crafty Skull Corvus is on. She's always fun. We tend to raid her a lot, though. Crink's Wood Creations. Okay. Oh, there's Disaster. He's playing Call of Duty, though. Let's see. Let me see myself out. You'll be seeing us all out here shortly. Want to raid a small-time Canadian 3D printing streamer if you don't have someone? I would prefer somebody who's there. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go to just a 3D printer that's doing its thing. But we do have Crafty. We have Crink's Wood Creations. Oh, who did I just click on?
But yeah, you came in at the right perfect time.
Okay, oops, that was crafty. I meant to click on Crink. Not a nanny camera. Okay. Crink's just rated crafty? Oh, that's why. Okay. I thought I clicked on his name. It wound up in Crafty's page there. You can go make Crafty speak only Spanish for like 10 minutes. Oh man, that's always fun. But yeah, she's fun to watch because you know, she does the resin casting and stuff too. And I was kind of learning some tips and tricks from her and Silver and Sasaki. Let's see. But yeah, a crocheter. Crochetter. She loves it when I do that. Oh yeah, that's right. Also watching Better Monster. A crochetter. I mean, we're not really a crocheting stream. I guess Crafty would be closest for now. Maybe the 3D printer. Who's the 3D printer person? Canadian 3D printing. Cause like, yeah, I'm always up for like, you know, trying to find like a small streamer who hasn't really been found out yet. Let's see. Ah, he looks like a nice boy. Old Man Trevor. 8-bit character 3D printing stream. Yeah. Trev actually designs and prints on stream, not just handy-camming. That's nice. I guess he's probably close to what we do here, so we raid Crafty almost weekly, it seems like, so we and she just got raided, so we can give her a break. Yeah, let's give this guy a shot. He has more followers than me. Alright then. Alright, let's give him a raid. What say you to that? How do we do this? Raid Old Man Trevor. Okay. Yeah. Alright then, let's do the stream ending credits. Actually, I don't know if did anything really happen? I can't remember. Stream ending credits. So yeah, let's go give Trevor a raid. Let's see, roll credits. There it is. Sorry, trying to find the right button. Credits. We have moderator Super Cop Open, and all of you guys for hanging out. So thanks a lot, guys, for hanging out. SWK with the KC by. It's awesome. And yeah, 29, you showed up just in time. So let's go give Trevor a raid and see what he's up to. Thanks for the stream, even though it's very end of me. Yeah. Me too. Alright guys, thanks a lot for hanging out, and I guess we'll see you next Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central. Okay, see you, bye. Oh, wait, hang on a second. I gotta set up the raid. I didn't actually click on the raid. Okay, you got a few more seconds of me. Okay? Okay. You guys are awesome. Thanks a lot. Okay, see you, bye.
Pardon my yawn. Woo! Train Robotics! Train Robotics with the raid! SWK. Thanks for the raid there, stream. Yeah, let me give you a shout out. Oh, I hope my keyboard actually worked. There we go. I'll introduce myself.